It's time to grab some friends and load up Discord. Here are the essential multiplayer games coming in 2020. It's finally got to that time of year where it's okay to be excited about what games are lying ahead. Sure, your pile of shame would be ceiling height if you actually had a physical representation of your Steam library, but it's still good to know what to prepare for. When it comes to multiplayer games, 2020 looks like it's going to be ludicrously fun to share. From a brand new Minecraft game to some good old-fashioned zombie murder, it's time for the most exciting multiplayer games coming to PC in 2020.
Whoa, 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 Thunder God, you said you could have all the fun.
What better way to start off the year than with the annihilation of swarms of Nazi undead? Zombie Army 4 Dead War does exactly what you'd expect from that title, letting you take skull-popping sniper elite-style shots at those unlucky enough to want even more brains. But don't worry, it's not just uniformed zombies you'll be annihilating with up to 3 friends. The resurrected demonic monsters come in all shapes and sizes. Sure, there are your standard shufflers, but what about this one covered in dynamite? Or this one on all fours? Or this zombie shark? Yes, that's what I said. This zombie shark. Suddenly, there are so many biological questions with no answers. Do you still need to aim for the head? Do you have to do a finishing move? Anyway, this trip to an alternate horror 1940s where the Führer has tried to even the odds by resurrecting the dead feels great to play as you mow down the shufflers. Tone-wise, this rotting tongue couldn't be any further in zombified cheek, making it a perfect horror comedy to settle down to with some trigger-happy fiends. I mean, friends.
Just die. Come on, let's go!
Multiplayer probably isn't the first thing you think about when it comes to Ed's splattery murder party, but Doom Eternal is doing something a little different this time around. The delayed sequel will feature what's called Battle Mode, which, because Deathmatch is so 2010s, is switching things up. Instead of a standard face-off, well, as standard as fighting with chainsaws and flamethrowers gets, this is an asymmetrical monster fest. One player jumps into the clompy boots of the Doomslayer, while 2 others get to play as the demons hunting them. And this isn't just a test of bullety reactions. id Software have added strategy to the mix. Every hellish creature has their own moveset, and those on the demon's side will also be able to send in their own AI-steered minions to make things even messier. Given that each type of kill gives the Doomslayer a different kind of drop, juggling heads, glory kills and health is essential, as well as staying alive and snaring a best of 5 victory. Insert hell of a good time with your friends joke here.
Remember, demons can be an offensive term. Refer to them as mortally challenged.
Dying Light 2 doesn't have a release date set in stone just yet, but early 2020 will take us back to the zombie apocalypse of the shuffling original. It's only been 4 years since the first game IRL, but narratively, 15 years have passed and humanity is now living in what Techland is calling the modern Dark Ages. In a big change for the series, which was previously all about playing the floor is lava with the undead and following a somewhat linear story across the open world, this time the end of days becomes personal to you with choices to make. And these aren't just simple binary options.
Just keep him alive.
Stay in contact. Now run! Damn it! Run!
Hold on, Frank.
Your decisions will affect the lives and, of course, deaths of NPCs, dictate your alliances in an exceptionally violent world, and even change entire regions of the map. Given that you potentially won't want to repeatedly play an open-world game over and over again, this is where co-op comes in. You can visit your friends' games and experience their worlds with their own unique paths. Plus, if Left 4 Dead taught us anything else other than don't disturb the witch, it's that zombie murder is way better with friends. Next up is just the small matter of the first standalone game from Mojang since Minecraft. It might have the name in its title, you wouldn't want to get confused with what universe you're in, but Minecraft Dungeons is no mere blocky add-on. This is a full game inspired by classic dungeon crawlers and, plenty of Minecraft. Gone is building your way to success as up to 4 players delve into a slew of varied dungeon types on the hunt for precious loot. It might look blocky, but this is an action RPG at its heart, as you quest through procedurally generated realms full of bits to spec and upgrade your character, all while attempting to foil the evil Arch-Illager at the same time. While it obviously takes place within the Minecraft universe, there are fresh types of mobs to take on, and the big focus is on leveling yourself up with new gear. There's no building or even mining, you'll just be battling slews of foes together like true friends do. Sometimes a LEGO game just isn't enough. You want a plastic-free experience and to feel like a hero at the same time.
Hulk, you have to remember to look before you leap.
And Marvel's Avengers is here to scratch the itch to be all physically superior instead of just morally. Flying in on May the 20th, 2020, Crystal Dynamics' sprawling Superfest can be tackled alone or with friends. While there are specific single-player locations that will revolve around one character, when you want to get your assembling on, there's what's called Warzone missions. These, like Destiny's Fireteam offerings, will let you dive into the fray with multiple heroes. Given that Iron Man and co have very different fighting styles, this will be all about balancing your team with the right powers and heroes. I mean, I could talk about balancing and min-maxing with the promised gear and perk intricacies, or you could just go in as Hulk and smash as many people up as possible like you're crushing cans for recycling. Smashing. It's been pretty quiet since its E3 reveal, but that doesn't mean we've forgotten Ubisoft's wheelie fast roller champions. If you've never really understood the rules of roller derby, but always had an appreciation for the pun player names, this is a perfect place to get involved. The only free-to-play title on this list, Roller Champions, is all about teaming up with your friends and not getting dizzy as you hurtle around a track with a ball. It's only derby inspired, but the rules are similar as you wrestle for skatey control. Working together as a team of 3, this is all about getting around the track without anyone sending you flying, and then snaring a goal once you've travelled far enough with the ball. As with the real thing, it sounds simple, but the reality of maximising your speed and fending off the competition is no mean feat. Maybe start with the name and work your way up? Brain dead? Anyone?
Come with me, we can ride it out. Don't quit, just ride it out. Come on, we gon' ride it out.
If Rainbow Six Siege has always been lacking that certain je ne sais quoi for your horror-loving tendencies, it might just be time to jump back into the multiplayer fray. The standalone Rainbow Six Quarantine is a 3-player co-op monster shooter with more of a focus on PvE rather than PvP. Well, we think it's a monster shooter as that doesn't look like a normal flavour of black goo creeping up this character's arm, and that shadow really didn't look human. Ubisoft is being tight-lipped on the plot details, but has revealed that this is a tactical shooter with a full campaign to splatter your way through with all the tactics, gadgets and gunplay of the Rainbow Six series. There are even some operators from Siege, so we don't get too lonely when whatever it is tries to take over the world.
There he is! We found him! Take him! I'll cover you!
So that's 7 of the most exciting multiplayer games on the way in 2020. Let us know if we've missed anything that you're excited about in the comments below. Drop us a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Logitech G for more videos just like this one.
What?